Imagine closing your eyes for a second and upon opening them, realizing that the world of chaos, pain, and farewells you knew has simply vanished. Yes, the answer you seek is an echo of absolute and definitive hope. The new earth will be not only like the original Eden, but an even more glorious, indescribable version, restored by the very hands of the Creator. Ellen White, in her most profound prophetic visions, revealed that God's original plan for humanity was never cancelled, but only postponed by the painful parenthesis of sin, and that the restored Eden will surpass everything the human mind is capable of conceiving in its current state. If you have ever felt an inexplicable emptiness in your chest, a longing for a place you have never been, or a silent revolt against injustice and death, know now that this feeling is not an illusion, but proof that your soul was made for the paradise that is about to return. The central promise of this revelation is not a poetic metaphor or a fable to console troubled hearts, but a physical, palpable, and imminent reality awaiting those who persevere to the end. Ellen White wrote with surgical precision that the new earth will be the homeland of the redeemed, a place where the very atmosphere will breathe love, where flowers will never wither, where the fiercest animals will walk alongside children, and where the shadow of death will never dare to touch again. You didn't click on this video by chance, because what we are about to unveil will completely change how you see your future and the meaning of every trial you face in the present. Before we move forward on this visual and spiritual journey, tell me in the comments, can you imagine yourself walking in a place where fear simply doesn't exist? This immediate certainty transports us to the most impressive prophetic writings ever recorded in the history of the Adventist movement and world Christianity. Ellen White details that when the age-old conflict between good and evil finally ends, the earth will be purified by a fire that will not destroy forever, but will consume every last particle of sin, selfishness, and curse. From this scenario of absolute purification, a new world will emerge, a living masterpiece that will make the first Eden seem like only a timid glimpse of divine grandeur. The inspired writer transports us to scenarios where the streams of water will be clear as crystal, reflecting the glory of a God who will visibly dwell among his creatures. The urgency of understanding this message lies in the fact that we live in the final seconds of human history where spiritual weariness and despair try to blind us to the immensity of the prize that awaits us. Feeling this emotional identification with the coming home is what keeps the chosen one's feet firmly on the narrow path, even when the storms of modern life conspire to make us give up. Ellen White not only confirmed the existence of this new Eden, but described the texture of grass that never dries, the fragrance of fields that perpetually bloom, and the melody of hymns that will be sung by voices that will never again weep from longing or physical pain. It is a shock of reality for a generation accustomed to hospitals, cemeteries, locked doors, and the constant fear of tomorrow. The promise is clear and urgent. Paradise lost will be paradise recovered, with added glory that only Christ's victory on the cross could provide. Every line she wrote acts as a beacon, lit in the darkness of this decadent world, a visual and spiritual reminder that our citizenship does not belong to this earth stained with blood and tears, but to the kingdom being prepared in heaven. When we look at our current reality marked by disasters, anxiety, and a constant sense of emptiness, the prophetic words about the new earth echo like a thunder of hope. It is not about escaping reality, but about discovering the true reality for which we were created. God created man for eternity, for the expansion of knowledge, for complete love, and for face-to-face communion with divinity. Ellen White emphasizes that in the new earth, human minds, freed from the limitations of sin, will seek secrets of the universe that science today cannot even begin to grasp. The public's curiosity transforms into a profound longing as they realize that each revealed detail points to a recovery of all that we lost in the fall of Adam and Eve. Imagine a world where fatigue does not exist, where work is not a tiring burden for survival, but a pure expression of joy, creativity, and adoration of the Creator. The revelation contained in these writings is a powerful warning to awaken us from our spiritual slumber, for the beauty of the new earth is proportional to the seriousness of the moment we live in today. This strategic opening captivates us because it touches our divine heritage, that spark of eternity that God Himself placed in our hearts. The future Eden will be the setting for the reunion of families separated by death. The place where bodies mutilated by disease will be restored in perfect symmetry and youthful vigor, and where time itself will no longer be an enemy that ages us, but an ally in eternity. By confirming this great divine promise from the outset, we prepare our hearts to understand the weight of the conflict unfolding before us. For to value the new earth as the restored Eden, we need to understand the profound mystery surrounding the transformation necessary to set foot on that sacred ground. The conflict becomes desperate when we look into the window of our soul and perceive the abyss that separates us from this glorious reality. For the great mystery that Ellen White unveils lies not only in the beauty of the coming Eden, but in the severity of the transition process. The stark truth is that the new earth will not be populated by people who merely desire a beautiful place to live, but by those who have allowed Eden to begin within their hearts while still in this world of darkness. It is precisely here that the problem deepens, and the central conflict of our existence takes on contours of dramatic urgency, because the same inspired pen that describes the Flanders fields and verdant hills of the heavenly homeland also warns, with a chilling intensity, about the danger of being left out. How many times have you found yourself prioritizing the fleeting things of this life, accumulating treasures that rust consumes, and while your spiritual life languishes in a cold and powerless routine? Leave your answer here in the comments, for this sincere diagnosis is the first step to understanding the weight of what is at stake. Ellen White confronts us with a crucial reality. The atmosphere of the new earth is one of pure, selfless love, holiness, and total submission to God's will. If we cannot bear to spend a few minutes in prayer today, if we find holiness a burden, and if pride still governs our daily choices, how will we adapt to an environment where God is the center of everything? The conflict reaches its peak when we understand that the character we develop on this side of eternity is the only good we will take with us to the other side. There will be no magical transformation of our morality the moment Christ appears in the clouds of heaven. What we are today, in our intimacy, in our hidden thoughts, and in our reactions to offenses, is the raw material of our eternal destiny. The prophetic writer details with tears in her words that many who profess the faith, many who know the prophecies, and even those who preach about the restored Eden run the terrible risk of being weighed in the sanctuary and found wanting. The intensity of this message grows as we realize that the current world functions like a gigantic spiritual anesthesia machine designed to distract us with fleeting pleasures, social media, financial anxieties, and petty disputes, making us forget that each daily decision brings us closer to or further away from the tree of life. The problem is crucial because the time of grace is rapidly running out, and the invisible line separating salvation from eternal damnation is being drawn now in the silence of our choices. Ellen White shows that the great deception of the last days is superficial religiosity, the kind that seeks paradise but rejects the cross, that yearns for the crown but refuses the purification process in the crucible of trial. She warns us that the new earth will be a place of perfect harmony, which means that any trace of sin, rebellion, gossip, envy, or selfishness would be like a cancerous cell capable of contaminating the new universe, and therefore God will not allow anything contaminated to cross the gates of the New Jerusalem. The shock of reality hurts, wounds our pride, and shatters our false securities. But it is a saving wound, a warning of love that pulls us from the edge of the precipice before it's too late. The conflict intensifies when we look at our own strength and realize that we are incapable of saving ourselves, incapable of overcoming the vices of the mind and the weaknesses of the flesh that bind us to this old world. Ellen White recounts in her visions that Satan himself works with redoubled fury in these last moments, knowing that his time is short and his main objective is to make you look at your own defects and give up the fight, believing that Eden is an unattainable dream for someone so flawed. But the prophetic message doesn't leave us in the despair of the abyss. It deepens the problem so that we can cry out for the only effective remedy. The contrast between the misery of our current state and the holiness required to inhabit the new earth serves to empty us of ourselves, destroying our self-confidence so that the grace of Christ can finally work miracles in our lives. It is a daily battle, bloody and invisible to human eyes, where the battlefield is our mind and the prize is eternity in the presence of the King. Understanding the seriousness of this conflict prepares us for the next step, where the agony of our inadequacy meets the transformative power of true preparation. For the same God who promises Eden is the one who offers to rebuild Eden within us from this day forward. Practical preparation for this new Eden doesn't begin when the heavens open, but now in the silence of your room, in your decision to bend your knees and surrender every part of your will to the control of the Holy Spirit. Ellen White wrote with transformative clarity that sanctification is a lifelong work, a daily process where we allow the divine chisel to remove the rough edges of our temperament, the selfishness of our intentions, and the pride that separates us from heaven. This inner transformation demands a radical stance, a courageous break with the corrupt patterns and entertainments of this century, for it is impossible to feed the mind with the impurities and violence of this world and expect our soul to attune itself to the eternal purity of the heavenly homeland. Are you willing to make this choice today, to give up what separates you from God in exchange for an eternity of glory? Write your vow of consecration in the comments, declaring that you choose Eden instead of the fleeting illusions of this earth. This positioning generates a profound emotional climax, because when we empty ourselves of ourselves, the Lord takes authorship of our story and performs the miracle that our own strength could never accomplish. Ellen White transports us to the most moving moment in all of universal history, the complete closure of the message of hope, when Jesus himself will look upon the redeemed and say that the conflict is over. Imagine the moment when your feet finally touch the living grass of the new earth, grass that will never wither, and you will look around and see the faces of those you mourned at the edge of a grave, now clothed in immortality, with smiles that will never again be erased by pain. The inspired writer describes how mothers will receive back their little children whom death had stolen, and friends will walk together through the eternal hills, talking about the trials of the journey and realizing that every tear shed on earth was worthwhile in the face of the eternal weight of glory. The definitive conclusion of this great drama shows us that the new earth will be the complete triumph of God's love, where the great lesson of the universe will be the sacrifice of Christ on the cross, the only monument that will bear the marks of sin to remind the entire cosmos of the price that was paid for our redemption. The final answer to all human suffering lies in this restored Eden, where God himself will wipe away every tear from the eyes of his children, and where fear, grief, anxiety, depression, and separation will be things of the past, destroyed forever by the power of the Savior. This is the appeal that burns in God's heart for you today. Do not exchange your eternal inheritance for a handful of earth from this world that is about to pass away. If your heart burns for this superior homeland, if you feel that your place is not here and that Eden is your true home, Make the definitive decision today to prepare yourself, to seek God with all your strength, and to live each day with your eyes fixed on eternity. Don't keep this message of hope to yourself, because the world is dying of despair and needs to know that paradise will return. Subscribe to the channel now so you don't miss any of the upcoming prophetic revelations. Leave your like so that this warning of love reaches more afflicted hearts, and share this video immediately with the people you love and want to see walking beside you on the golden streets of the New Jerusalem. May the Lord guide your steps, transform your character, and find us all together very soon in the shade of the tree of life, celebrating the final victory of the one who loved us and redeemed us for his eternal glory.